to tell you just briefly a little bit about myself and why I'm running and why I'd be honored to have your support. I grew up in Champaign-Urbana, Illinois, graduated from the University of Illinois, and then Harvard Law School. Probably the thing, though, that people most know about me is that I was Miss America in 2003. Not quite as impressive as being J.C. Watts, but you can applaud as well. But the reason why I entered the pageant was I'd been accepted to Harvard Law School and did not have the money to pay for it. Like so many people, I did not come from a background of privilege, but I came from parents who taught me the importance of hard work. And after I'd been accepted, I knew that I wanted to go, but didn't have a means of paying for it. So I told my parents, I said, well, my plan is I'm going to become Miss America this year, and that's how I'm paying for Harvard Law School. They knew that that probably statistically was unlikely, so they hoped that I had a backup plan. I didn't. It was prayer and doing the best job that I could. But God blessed me greatly, and I was able to win that year, and I was able to earn enough scholarship money to be able to graduate from law school and pay for it debt-free. That's probably the more impressive part. But my entire life, I've been interested in politics. I found the political process inspiring. And probably the speech that most resonated with me was being 8 years old and watching the videotapes of Dr. King's I Have a Dream speech. It just touched me, the idea that if an individual had a vision, no matter what their background was, they could run, they could try to stand up on the nation stage and galvanize people and make a difference. And so I've been involved politically. I've been involved in some of the RNC's diversity outreach initiatives. But at some point I decided I actually want our party to reflect the diversity of our country. And sometimes it's not just enough to do outreach, you have to step up and lead if you feel it's your time. And so I am challenging a Republican incumbent in a primary. And I know that I face an uphill battle. And I know that there have been some people who say, well, why are you in a primary? Why don't you wait your turn? But if you see things that matter in your country and you think that you can do a better job defending the ideals of the conservative movement and the Republican Party, you don't wait for someone to say it's your turn. You say my time is now. And I've had to overcome a lot of adversity in my life and have faced some resistance in this race. But sometimes when you face resistance, you know you've picked the right fight because it's a fight worth fighting. And one of the things that's important to me is I want young women, especially young women of color, to know that someday they can aspire not just to stand on a stage, not just to be Miss America, but that this is a party that welcomes them and welcomes their participation. Please clap for the young girls' participation. And as I'm walking down the parade routes, which you do in a campaign, I always make a point of going up and introducing myself to young women who are about 10 or 11 years old. I introduce myself and say, I'm Erika Harold, I'm running for Congress, and someday you should as well. Because I want the idea of an African-American woman serving in Congress as a Republican, not just to be a dream. I want it to be something that every young woman can aspire to. So I would be so humbled if you would go to my website, erikaharold.com, Erika with a K. You always have to plug your website when you get a moment, to learn more about where I stand, why I stand, and hopefully if you have ideas along the way and would support me, I would be so grateful for your support. But thank each and every one of you for what you do. I know that you're all in the trenches fighting the battle, but know I fight along with you. Thank you so much, and God bless each of you.